Because humans are hardwired to recreate what they know. We like what's familiar, even if it's very bad. If I've never had money and I win the lottery, I'm going to get rid of it. Or if I've never had love and you love me, I'm going to reject you because it's so unfamiliar. If I've had a dad who calls me an idiot and worthless, guess what kind of guy I like? That's it. Because when I meet them, I go, oh, I feel like I've known this guy my whole life. We just clicked. And they think, oh my God, it's because he's my dad. Because we are wired to like what is familiar and to resist what's unfamiliar. And that's what kept us alive. When we lived in walled cities, we didn't go, I'm a bit bored with this group. I think I'll go outside the walled city and find another tribe because they might have killed you. Mm-hmm. So we have this wiring that says, run towards what's familiar and run away from what's unfamiliar. But the very good news is you can make anything familiar. And the most important thing to make familiar is praising yourself. If you could just do that, that in itself would change your entire life.
How do you praise yourself?
Well, you get up in the morning and go, I'm a good person. I have a skill. I have a talent. I have something to offer the world. I'm here for a reason. You look in the mirror and go, oh, there you are. You're a good person. You got a good heart. You know, the most important way to answer that question is this. What did you always want your dad to tell you, even if you never had a dad? Mm-hmm. If you had a dad, a good dad, what would he have said? Mm. What would your mum have said? What would a nice teacher have said to you? And it would be something like this. I'm proud of you. You're a good son. I'm so glad I'm your dad. How lucky I got to have you. And a teacher would say, you're such a smart kid. What a joy it is to teach you because you're smart. And we all want to hear the same stuff. I love you, I'm proud of you, you're interesting, you're a great company. Nobody needs to hear I'm the best dentist in Beverly Hills because that doesn't work. It's emotions, and many of my clients, their mother might be dead, but they're still trying to get her to approve of them. Wow. Dad's living in another country, but they're still working to make him like them. And you know, the most important thing is you like you. So whatever you wanted to hear, say it to yourself, because your mind doesn't even know that it's coming. And also it doesn't care. Your mind doesn't care if what you tell it is right or wrong, or true or false, or even if it's good or bad, it lets it in like chapstick on your lips. Your lips don't go, is this organic, fair trade? Just lets it in. It needs a bit of nourishment. And we need some nourishment, and words are very nourishing. And there is actually nothing on the planet that will raise your self-esteem like praise. But self-praise is better, because if I said to you, oh, I just adore you, you're amazing. By the way, you know, can you do this and this and this? I've manipulated you. But if I say it to myself, my mind knows there's no manipulation, and the mind likes repetition. And when you say it every day, your mind kind of goes, oh yeah, here you go again with that praise. You say it every day, must be true. And now it sinks in. The problem is if you criticize yourself every day, it says the same thing.
That sinks in as well, and that hurts you. It's interesting because, you know, the big talents that commit suicide or die, you know, who's the comedian? Robin Williams. Yeah, Robin Williams, Amy Winehouse, all these individuals who have the world praising them, but they weren't able to praise themselves.
Yeah, they don't let it in.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if everyone else acknowledges you.
Yeah.
It does matter, but you have to be willing to acknowledge yourself as well, right?
And the familiar, unfamiliar, if praise is unfamiliar, but criticism is familiar, and you say to someone like Robin Williams, oh my God, that last show was funny. He goes, didn't you notice? I've left out the best. I fluffed a word. It wasn't as good as the one before. So if you're not used to praise, you'll reject it. And if you're used to criticism, you'll add it in. Because we do what's familiar. So if we say to someone, I love your book, they go, oh, actually, it's not that good. The other one is much. I love your top. Oh, I got it in a car boot sale. It's 5 years old, got a hole in it. So if we haven't got praise, we actually reject it. And you just have to say to yourself, I'm going to make this familiar. I'm going to praise myself every day. It might feel weird, but I'll keep doing it. It's a bit like running. You know, running isn't familiar, especially around Beverly Hills. But if you put your shoes on and go for a run on concrete, eventually it becomes familiar, and then you like it. I mean, sticking a lens in your eye, that's the weirdest thing.
Very unfamiliar.
The first few times, like, oh my God, I'm carrying in my eye like that. And then after a while, you can do it almost without thinking, because you get used to it. You can make anything familiar or unfamiliar. And my advice to everyone is look at your bad habits and make them unfamiliar. And look at what you want, especially praise, and make it familiar, more so because if you've got a startup or you're working for yourself, the days of a boss going, well done, good job, pat on the back are over. And you have a praise muscle and no one's going to build it up except for you. But if you build it up, it makes you bulletproof.
Yeah.
Critical people always have criticism reserved for themselves. They are full of self-criticism, but they reflect it out. And superior people and happy people always praise, and people who feel inadequate always criticize, because criticize withers you and praise builds you up. The only risk in life is not to take the risk. That's the risk. If you don't take, when you take the risk and it goes wrong, you learn something. And your mind will always do what it thinks you want. That's its job. And if you could only tell your mind what you want using relevant, up-to-the-minute words, you'll get exactly what you want.
And all you get to do is write down on a piece of paper the 3 things you know to be true. What would you say are your 3 truths?
I think that would be you're always enough and never forget it. Because when you know it, the whole world knows it, and the world will believe what you believe about you. I'd also say you make your beliefs, and then your beliefs make you, and then you go out into the world and it starts to mirror whatever you believe. So make your beliefs amazing. Make your beliefs good. Like if you believe that dogs bite you, you make that belief and then you act badly around dogs, and then dogs pick up your anxiety and they do bite you because you've made them nervous. If you believe dogs are wonderful and loyal and man's supposed to go, oh, I love dogs, the dog will love you, because our beliefs, our thoughts become feelings and they resonate out from us and back to us, events that always match up our thoughts and beliefs. And when you know that, all you have to do is change your thoughts and beliefs and make them positive. It's like there's not enough money. There's enough money for everyone. There's more than enough. But your belief that, well, if I have more, you get less, and spiritual shouldn't ask for money, and it's arrogant, and I'm not worth it. If you make that belief, that's your blueprint. Why don't you make a belief that if I have more money, other people get to benefit too? And there's more than enough for everyone, because there really is.
Yeah. Powerful.
Yeah.
Wow.
And true.
And true, if you believe it to be true.
Yeah, you are what you believe. It says that in the Bible, man is what he believes. But it doesn't say, well, so go ahead and make great beliefs then. And woman too.
That should be the second thing.
That should be the second thing. So that's what I would say if I had one day left. You are what you believe, and you get to choose whatever you believe.
You're helping heal so many people, so I want to acknowledge you for the work you're doing, the impact you're making, and the human that you are. I appreciate you.
Well, it should be simple. If you've got a job and a home and a kid, that's enough work for the rest of your life. People don't want self-help. It's to say you've got to read a book every day, you've got to write 1,000 goals, you've got to write a mission statement. It's like it should take 3 minutes. I'm enough takes 30 seconds. But the results are out of all proportion in the investment. And that's how it should be, little teeny adjustments and tweaks, but have massive, phenomenal results. And that's what that book's all about. There's no work in it.
It's amazing. Hashtag I am enough. Make sure you guys pick it up. One final question is, what's your definition of greatness?
My definition of greatness is do what you love and love what you do. Everyone has a gift, and your gift tends to lie behind what you love. So find what you love, and then you'll never work a day in your life.
Marisa.
And this is what you do too, isn't it?
You've
never worked a day in your life because you do what you love. Yeah, and we could all do that.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.